welcome back to my channel. My name is Addie, and today we are doing a little book shopping because my birthday is this week, and I wanted to bring you guys along while I shopped because my favorite tradition every year is shopping with my mom, who's right here. I can't when you look at me. Because half the fun, or 75% of the fun, I would say, of getting books is shopping for them, and I just like to pick them out. So we go on a little shopping trip. It's so fun, and I got my love of reading from my mother. It's like a fun little thing. So we're gonna go in and shop around, and it's the time of the year where I can kind of go crazy. So I'm very excited, and there are some books I have on my list that I've been refraining from getting. So I'm very excited to do that. Then later I will give you a haul of all the books I have accumulated for my birthday. So let's go shop. Throne of Secrets comes out today, so it's a couple days later, and I'm making Logan take me to Barnes and get into the Throne of Secrets, so that's getting added on. The book shopping is being continued. I actually haven't been to this Barnes yet, so this is a really fun adventure for me. I'm so excited to do some exploring and birthday shopping. So excited about my birthday haul. This might be one of the best birthday hauls yet. My mom is so very kind to take me book shopping for my birthday. I also accumulated like a few books like that were a surprise, and then obviously I went book shopping again with my boyfriend, so we got a thing there too. It is time for what we've all been waiting for, and it is the book haul, so let's get right into it. The first book I got was Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. Kristen Hanna is probably my favorite author in the top 5. Let's just list them. Sarah J Maas, Emily Henry, Kristen Hanna, and Stephanie Garber are somewhere in that range, but I absolutely adore Kristen Hanna. I've read 2 of her books, The Great Alone and The Nightingale, which were both 5-star reads for me. I'm so excited to get to the Winter Garden, and I saw it, I'm like, you know what, I need another Kristen Hanna on my shelf pronto, and this one looks perfect for going into winter, so I'm so excited to get to this one, and it will definitely be soon because I absolutely love her so much. I think this one is another World War II but in Russia, and I really liked the World War II storyline in The Nightingale, so I'm excited to see like a different part of the world. The next book I got in the shopping trip was The Striker by Anna Huang. I love Anna Huang. I would say that her books are a hit or miss for me, but they're always fun. So this is her new series. I've been waiting for this release, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. She's dipping her toes into sports romance, which I think is really exciting because I love myself a sports romance. This is football, but I think it's what they call soccer. He's a soccer player, but they call it football because Americans are weird and they call it soccer, and I need to wrap my head around that it's not called soccer everywhere. Yeah, I am so excited to get to this one. It's chunky. I didn't realize how chunky it would be. Romance books I feel like are getting longer and longer and longer, and I don't know how I feel about it, but that's okay. But yeah, this will be like a fun, just like when I need like a palate cleanser. And I do really like Anna Huang. The Twisted series gets like mixed reviews, but I really liked like the first and the third one. Those were my favorites probably. The Billionaire series I'm kind of in the middle of, but we'll see how I feel about this. The next book that I picked out was Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. This is one of my highly anticipated reads of the year, and I was so ecstatic for this release because it's a Christmas novella of Caraval, and Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart are some of my favorite books of all time. I love Stephanie Garber. Like, her books just like make me feel like warm inside. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Only her books can do it to me too. Like, make me feel like I'm drinking like a warm cup of cocoa on like and watching like a Disney movie when I was like 5, but like the adult version of that. I love it so much. So I was so excited for Spectacular to come out. This is her Christmas novella, so those warm and cozy vibes probably is going to be exacerbated. Like, just look how beautiful this book is. Like, I love when they do the gold foiling, and there's a ton of like Christmas decals in here, and I am just so excited to start celebrating Christmas and getting to the holiday spirit, and I think this book is going to be the one to do it for me. I'm just so excited. The next book I picked out I was very much on the fence about, but I'm ultimately glad that I picked it out. It is A Sorceress Comes to Call. It's a new T. Kingsfisher book, and I've never read a T. Kingsfisher book, but I have heard good things about this one. This is a little bit longer of her novels, so I wanted to read kind of a longer one to get more of a feel of how her writing style and if I want to read more of her books. But I've heard so much about like Nettle and Bone and like her other books. I've heard of them, and I wanted to get into her. I don't know why it intimidates me. Sometimes fantasy authors do that to me, but I'm so excited to hop right into this. I really liked I love when books have illustrations in them. Oh my god, I didn't even notice this. I love the gold foiling. That's gorgeous. Oh, okay. It's a dark reimagining of the Brothers Grimm's The Goose Girl, rife with secrets, murder, and forbidden magic, which sounds right up my alley. So I'm very excited to get to this and try out a new author. Another new author that I got was The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I've heard phenomenal things about this book. Like, I have heard people say this is the best fantasy book they've ever read. Like, the best, which is crazy. And it has won a Hugo Award, which is a very prestigious book award. So I was like, you know what? I gotta see what it's about. I gotta see what's going on, because as an avid fantasy reader myself, I also read the first line. I love when the first line of a book like really intrigues me. The first line is, "Let's start with the end of the world, why don't we? Get it over with and move on to more interesting things." I love when we get a little sneak peek. Also, it kind of reminds me a tad of like the Umbrella Academy, where like we know, like we see that the world is gonna end in like the first episode, and like we see like what goes up to that. So I really like that, and I am so excited to jump into this. The next book is a little bit different than my usual taste, but it is Murder Road by Simone St. James, and I saw Destiny Sidwell really liked this book, and it's kind of more horror-esque, and she said something that really resonated with me because she doesn't really love thrillers, but she is starting to realize she kind of likes horror a little bit more because it has that like thrilling aspect throughout the whole time. And I'm like, you know what? Like, my favorite thrillers are the ones that are like constantly like thrilling me. Like, I don't love the ones that like I'm like just kind of waiting for, feels like anticlimactic. But I feel like horror, like you're kind of freaked out the whole way through. And I was like, you know what? That's a phenomenal point. So I was like, I want to try this out. It's no longer spooky season, unfortunately. It is over. But we can make spooky season all the seasons, so I'm very excited to get to this, and I want to try something a little bit new. It is about a young couple find themselves haunted by a string of gruesome murders committed by an old deserted road in this terrifying new novel. That sounds fun. It sounds like it's gonna keep me up at night. I live alone. This could be a huge mistake. That's okay. I'm very excited to see how I feel. And if you guys have any other like horror recs, let me know, because I kind of want to get more into that genre. So the last book like I bought on the shopping spree with my mom was The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. Honestly, I got it just because like, look at this. I'm such a sucker for like a really pretty like speckled spine. Again, with the artwork, like these book companies are killing it with these artwork. Oh, oops, let's not ruin the spine. But I think this is kind of like a Greek mythology kind of fantasy retelling. The gods love to play with us mere mortals, and every 100 years we let them. And I think it follows like Hades. Honestly, I don't know much about it, but I've heard people talking about it and saying that it was really good. So I'm really excited to try it out. I'm always in the mood to see a new romantasy. I love romantasy very much, so I'm very excited to get to this. Also, as you probably saw, like I picked up Phantasma, I think it's what it's called. I ended up not getting that book because I got it for free in my book of the month, so I decided to go with that and get a different book instead. So if you were wondering, I did get that book, just not on the birthday haul. And then obviously in book shopping with my boyfriend, he so very kindly got me Throne of Secrets for my birthday. Carrie Maniscalco is one of my favorite authors. I love her. She wrote The Kingdom of the Wicked, and this is kind of her spin-off series of that. And last year for my birthday I actually got Throne of the Fallen, and that was the first book I read in 2024, and it's still one of my favorite books I've read in 2024. So this book came out the day before my birthday, and I have been anxiously awaiting its release. Each one of these books follows a like Prince of Hell, and there are 7 Princes of Hell for each 7 deadly sin. Kingdom of the Wicked is the Prince of Wrath, and then the last book was Envy, and now this one is the Prince of Gluttony. And honestly, that's not what I was expecting. I was not expecting the next book to be Gluttony, but I'm not mad about it at all. I thought we were getting like a Pride book, but I feel like she's leading to Pride. Overall, absolutely adore this series, and I'm so excited to get to it. Like, look at this map. Look at the pretty map. I think it's also kind of a Cinderella retelling. Again, I love twisted fairy tales. One thing I was kind of sad about, like the last year, the Barnes had an exclusive edition of this, and it had like the beautiful pink edges that went so perfectly with the cover, and I was really hoping for the blue ones to match, but alas, we have not gotten that. But with my luck, it's gonna come out and I'm gonna be like, but I will not buy another copy because that is insanity if I did. But I'm very happy with this one, and I'm very excited to get to it. And then lastly, I did get a few books that my mom surprised me with for my birthday, which I love when that happens because I got some books that I otherwise wouldn't buy for myself. This one I would though. I was very excited. I got The Boyfriend by Freida McFadden. Freida McFadden is probably my favorite thriller author, and I am so excited to get to her book. I kept saying that it's giving Christmas vibes, and apparently my mom read it and said it does not give Christmas vibes. I don't know why I thought, I think it's the red and white that's like kind of throwing me off, but I will not go in with those notions. The premise of this one definitely intrigues me more than her last few new releases, so I'm very excited. She's looking for the perfect man, he's looking for the perfect victim. I think it's about this girl who like has a new boyfriend who's like kind of perfect, but there's also a serial killer on the loose who is dating his victims before he kills them. This is all in the back. I feel like it's foreshadowing that maybe he's not the best guy. That's kind of reminds me of like the new movie Woman of the Hour. It's literally every woman's like worst fear. So I feel like this one's gonna be kind of chilling because of that. So I'm very excited to get to this one and see how I feel. The next book my mom got me was Graveyard Shift by ML Rio. I was telling her I was so excited about this, and it's the novella spin-off to If We Were Villains, which I read in September for my Dark Academia vlog, and that was probably my favorite book I read for that vlog, and I am so excited to read the novella. It's 5 night shift workers, an ancient cemetery, and an open grave. It's one dark October evening in the defunct churchyard. They find a hole that wasn't there before, a fresh open grave where no grave could be. but who dug it and for whom? And it's described as atmospheric and eerie, which is some of my favorite ways to describe a book. So I'm very excited to get to this and read more of Amal Rio because I really enjoy her writing. And then the last books my mom got me for my birthday were some of her personal favorites, and I'm very excited to read some of her recommendations. And it is 2 Tana French books. It is In the Woods and The Likeness, which she loves Tana French and she says these are some of her favorites. So I am very excited to get to these. I think they're both set in Ireland. I think this one kind of comes first and then this one, but it's a thriller. Again, it's set in Dublin, which I'm very excited about, but I honestly don't really know much about these, but if my mom recommended them and got them for me, then they must be pretty good. These are giving January to me, like a January read. I'm very excited to get to these books. So those are all the books that I got for my birthday. This is my favorite tradition in the world, going book shopping, because I get so many fun new books and fun new reads. I am just so grateful for all of these books that I was gifted, and I hope you guys maybe got some ideas for a Christmas list or birthday list. If you guys have read any of these books, please let me know how you liked them down below. Also, thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes in my comments from last week. It's so sweet of you all. Thank you guys so much. I really hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. If you like me or my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know which videos you would like to see from me in the upcoming months. Thank you guys so much again for watching this week's video, and I hope you guys have such a fabulous week, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!